Hey guys, I'm just Josh, and welcome back to the next episode of our Pokemon Ultra Moon Martyrlocke. Hopefully you skipped the grinding montage. I wish I could have, to be 100% honest. It took about an hour and a half. If you don't know what we're talking about, or why we needed to do a grinding montage, go check out the last episode. Look! I'm not wearing my hoodie. I mean, it's literally right next to me, but it's actually very hot right now in my apartment. For the first time ever. It's not an apartment, it's a house. So I took it off. I'm also wearing glasses today because hopefully that will allow me to see some better plays so I don't lose like 3/4 of the team, 2/3 to be exact, of the team. Just kidding, we actually lost like 5/6 of the team in the last episode, so go back and watch it. We finished grinding. Waximus is poisoned. As you can see, the only two surviving members of the last episode are Waximus the Chandelure and Malurwin the Feraligatr. Unfortunately, we did finish a grinding montage. Now, this is the only Pokemon. Graver is the only Pokemon I didn't use those last 5 Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak was so weak I didn't think we'd even be able to get another kill with it, to be honest. And he does not hit the hardest. He's okay. The perfect amount of speed, but everything else is a little iffy. But as you can see, everybody else, for the most part, we're pretty cranked here. I got too lazy with Dig because I didn't like that it took 2 turns. For the most part, we're out of PP, and this is as high as I was able to get us, which is not good. I was hoping to get closer to 60, but you know, that's fine. I guess we'll just keep the EXP share on for a little bit longer. Now, unfortunately, in order to heal, we are going to have to make a sacrifice, and the only viable Pokemon for sacrifice I would like to take the choice specs off of you first. The only viable Pokemon that we can sacrifice is Waximus the Chandelure, who did get up to level 67 and who would be wonderful to keep going forward, but literally the rules state that's not correct according to the encyclopedia. Insert that vine here. Unfortunately, according to the rules that I set, a Pokemon must have survived at least one round of sacrifice, and Malurin was just added to the team before or after the last sacrifice, and therefore is not eligible. Waximus is the only surviving member of the team that is eligible, so as much as it hurts, Waximus has to go. Now, we do have a Victini who's level 52, a little under-leveled, but, yeah, it's a fantastic Pokemon. Very, very good for us. Gonna be very good going forward. Here's one thing I have considered. So we have Anderson here, and he has Hustle. Hustle causes him to, I believe it increases his speed, but he misses moves more often than not. Not more often than not, but more often than he otherwise would. So these 100% moves become like 90% accurate moves, and it's really annoying. I'm not gonna lie, we missed a bunch during grinding that almost cost, one of them almost cost me his life, her life, sorry. And I'm not a huge fan of that, to be 100% honest. We do still have an ability capsule. First of all, let's pick the replacement here. I think we're going with the level 45 Voltorb, simply because it's the highest level. Yeah, we're going to go with the level 45 Voltorb. So, Voltorb is going to be added. We'll see what Voltorb can learn. Leon. And I will heal my party. We have an ability capsule, and a thought that is currently in my brain is that we could use that ability capsule on Anderson to get rid of Hustle, and I believe it would give it Swarm instead. And I honestly, even though we have no guarantee that Anderson is going to survive, I think I'm gonna do it. Anderson hits extremely hard. It's decently fast. Special defense leaves a lot to be desired, so if we accidentally take like a flamethrower, we are dead. I would like to change Anderson's ability to Swarm. I think I would. Again, that's maybe not the best use. We've probably had other times over this playthrough where we could have gotten a better ability. I don't think Swarm's very good, but I also think that Hustle is horrible. So I would rather get rid of that and not have to risk missing moves than having to do anything else. Now we just have to cross our fingers and hope that we don't accidentally lose Anderson, because that would make that move a complete waste. Okay. Core Enforcer on the Victini. I think that makes sense. You're more of a special attacker, correct? You are. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of, even though I for some reason set you off as mostly a physical attacker, I'm going to get rid of the Flame Charge here, even though it does boost our speed. We're going to get rid of that, and I think we are going to turn you into a special attacker. It probably makes more sense anyway. By the way, it looks like Venusaur is a regular Venusaur again, which is a darn shame. I don't see a flower on its head, so I don't know how that works. The Mega, it was a Mega all during grinding, but apparently today's a new day, and apparently it's no longer Mega, which makes me very sad. Voltorb, you already know some pretty good moves, so we don't have to worry about that. Voltorb, would you like to learn some sort of special move? You cannot seem to learn just about anything. You can learn Electro Web. User launches a weak jolt of electricity that paralyzes the target. I don't think that's what Electro Web does. If it actually is electric with a base power of 55, that's actually not horrible for us. You do know Discharge though, so like Discharge is better in just about every scenario. But we do not need Explosion, so we'll get rid of that. Anything else you want to learn? Outrage is kind of funny. Topsy-Turvy seems worthless. Me first. Play Rough. Wish, Hurricane, Grass Whistle, Aqua Jet. We could... No, we don't need Aqua Jet. Shadow Claw. Psywave, Charge Beam. I mean, I think we should probably give you Charge Beam. You can't... I gotta say, you can't do a whole lot right now. Your move pool diversity is pretty... It's not great. If it was a workplace, you would not be meeting the standard set by society, unfortunately. But apparently that's all you get. We're going pure electric build, which isn't fantastic. Let's check on Venusaur real fast. That is 100% a regular Venusaur. Yep. I mean, again, we talked about this before. A regular Venusaur is still very good. So I can't be too upset here. We are going to head back to where we were before. I'm gonna, fingers crossed. I'm gonna cross my fingers. Can we fly there, by the way? We can. I'm gonna cross my fingers and crack open this Dr. Pepper and just hope and pray that we don't run into any ridiculous battles in today's episode, because if we do, it's pretty much over. The other thing that really stinks is that we are getting extremely close, like ridiculously close, to another sacrifice. Because we're getting close to the dragon trial, I believe. Like, as soon as we make it through this cave, I'm pretty sure we're basically oh, I accidentally fought this guy during grinding, by the way. I was just trying to get encounters in here to grind up. I don't know why I thought that sounded different in my ear. I was just trying to grind up in here to get some higher leveled encounters, and I accidentally walked into his line of sight like a dummy. I was playing on 500% speed, so that probably didn't help. But, by the way, I was playing on 500% speed, and it still took me an hour and a half to finish grinding, so not a fan, to be 100% honest. And we're keeping EXP share on because, to be honest, we are a little underleveled, especially once I might throw up a repel. We can get any shiny Pokemon during grinding either, I must say. Not that it's like requisite or anything, not that I expect it to happen. Also, my hair is jacked today, so just forget about it. Not that it's like required that we get a shiny Pokemon in this playthrough. I've done dozens of playthroughs, probably close to 12 separate playthroughs on this channel, and I've only found a full odds shiny twice in my entire life. And I can't even say that the second one was full odds. The first one was during our Volt White Pokemon Volt White playthrough, like the third, maybe the second or third Nuzlocke I ever did on the channel. I think it was the second. Might have been third. I don't remember. I found a shiny Darumaka, which was awesome. I loved him. Still love him to this day, even though he died. And then we were playing Pokemon Uranium, which is obviously a fan-made Pokemon game, not authorized by Game Freak, sorry. Fan-made game that we found a shiny, I don't remember the name of the Pokemon, I'm sorry. I only made it to like the first gym in that game. We should probably go back and revisit that. I've heard that game is phenomenal. I think it was called Outen. It was like the Pidgey equivalent. It was like an owl-cat combination. A little weird looking, but we did find a shiny one. The only thing is I can't say for certain that that's a full odds shiny. I don't know what the shiny odds are in that game. So it's possible that they were actually secretly boosted. So I don't want to say that we found that shiny if we actually didn't. And then obviously we've done actual shiny hunting on the channel before, typically on Twitch. And we've gotten a couple shinies there, but those aren't full odds. I'm talking about, really? I'm talking about full odds in a playthrough shiny chances. They're extremely slim, especially if you don't do any sort of, you know, chaining or anything like that. Just get them full odds, and we don't have the shiny charm in this game, obviously. So unless you do something to somehow alter the odds, then your chances of running into one are pretty slim. So I don't know why I expected it. It's only like the third or fourth time we've grinded on this entire playthrough, so I don't know why I was expecting it. I think I was just, I was a little upset about what happened last episode. If I would have known this was a double battle, I would have probably switched the team around, but that's okay. We're going in. Sugar, we're going in swinging. I'll be your number one if you don't kill any of my Pokemon on my party, please. Bronzong is fine. Love Disc is fine. Love Disc is a little baby, and I do not fear you. Unless you guys aren't actually who you say you are. If you're not actually who you say you are, you legally have to tell me. Level 51. As I said, we are still slightly underleveled here. We're going to go for the Flame Burst on the Bronzong. We are going to go for the Ominous Wind. Actually, does Dark Pulse hit both of you? No, it only hits one, which is kind of strange, but that's okay. We're going to go for it, because I think that this... Yikes! That's not a whole lot of damage! Dazzling Gleam. It hurts, but it's a Love Disc, so it's not that big a deal. Dark Pulse coming in. Okay, that's more what I'm looking for. Bronzong goes for Slash. Okay, not concerned any further. We'll go for the Flame Burst on the Bronzong. It'll take it out. We'll go for the Dark Pulse on the Love Disc and get a good chunk of damage down. Okay. This is fine. Battles like this, these Pokemon are fine. When you give me like a level 55 Dragonite like last episode, we start running into some issues. Issues that, quite honestly, I'm not okay with. You crit my Gravery, that's not that big a deal. Yeah, I was going to say, I think probably one more turn will do it. We will use the Heart Stamp so that we don't have to waste, let's use the move that's got a whole bunch of PP. Now, the nice thing about Gravery is we do have setup potential. He does have Nasty Plot, which is cool. He doesn't, I mean, he only has 2 special moves, Dark Pulse and Ominous Wind, and Ominous Wind only has 5 PP, so we're not doing any sweeping with Ominous Wind, unfortunately. But I like Shadow Sneak. Oh, I like Shadow Sneak. I like having the priority, so I didn't want to get rid of it. I think he could have learned Charge Beam as well, and I was considering it, but Shadow Sneak is priority. It's got 30 PP. You know, there were many a reason, in my opinion at least. Oh, that's just to dodge the battle if you want to. In my opinion, there were many reasons to do it the way we did it, so I don't feel too bad about it. Okay, this grass does not count, obviously. This is not a new encounter. This is the same area. We might get one more encounter in today's episode, which I gotta say would just be a darn sweet. I would yeah, this is the same area, so I would appreciate it quite a bit if we could manage. I don't know if when you get farther into the Vast Pony Canyon, if it suddenly counts as a new area, and if that new area has its own fancy name. This man was puppy dog in this alleyway, by the way. That's illegal. If we were laser tagging right now, I'd report you to the neck-bearded man that runs the establishment. Extremely rude. Decidueye, kind of scary. A little scary. Just a little bit. Obviously, we're fire type, which is good, but you are ghost type, which is scary. You are ghost type, which is scary. You are ghost type, which is scary. I think I got rid of Crunch on Anderson. I'm starting to regret that decision. I guess I gotta stay in with Victorange and hope this thing doesn't go for a freaking Z move. Goes for the Sucker Punch. It's a decent chunk of damage there, but we'll be fine. 2 Flame Bursts will get the job done. I am, I must say, a little nervous. I hope you go for... I didn't buy more potions. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was forgetting something. Knew it. Knew it the second we started. It popped into my head, by the way, as we were healing our Pokemon at the Pokemon Center. But then I probably went off on some stupid tangent about SpaghettiOs, and I forgot to buy them, which is a darn shame. We should go back and get them. We should go back and get them before we finish this. It's smart to go back and get them. Leon wants to learn Gyro Ball. I mean, at least it diversifies your moveset ever so slightly. It's physical. The slower the user is compared... I mean, you're extremely fast, so that actually might be okay. I think Light Screen could be okay, too. Let's get rid of Charge Beam. We'll be fine. Okay, I think I'm going to... Meganium, huh? Meganium, huh? Bring in Anderson. I like Victorange. By the way, horrible name. I like Victorange getting some experience here. But let's see the power of Anderson. I think Anderson might even be able to one-shot this thing. I forgot Anderson has Flame Wheel. That's actually very good for us. I was nervous. Almost. But on the surface, I do look calm and ready. I was nervous that we might burn through our... No pun intended. Burn through our Flame Bursts a little quickly on Victorange. But I taught Flame Wheel to Durant, which is really good. A, it's got 25 PP. B, it's physical. C/3, Voltorb's Evolve, and let's go. 3, it counts as... What's the word? Oh, it's just more fire type moves. That's what I'm trying to say. Brain's not working today. It might be the glasses. Oh, yes, it's indubitably. I'm actually... the opposite of like the stereotypical movie trope. When I take off the glasses, I get smarter. When I put them on, I get dumber. Let's hope that's not the case because we may lose the lock. Okay. Thank you for the electrode. Okay, with the power of editing, I am going to... Well, actually, this part I can stay for, because this is easy. We're going to Charizard glide back to Seafolk Village. I'm going to buy a whole bunch of potions, because we have like $100,000. And it's crunch time. It's time to spend all that money. No need to sit on it. Sorry, kids. We ain't leaving you nothing in our retirement funds. So when I eventually lose this lock, you're getting nothing. Instead, I will be purchasing 40 hyper potions. I will then be purchasing 10 more full heals. I will then be purchasing... give me like 30 super potions in the meantime as well. Fantastic. Okay. Now with the power of editing, I am going to meet you guys back where we just flew from. Alright, look how easy that was. Simple. Only took like 2 minutes. 2 minutes off of my life that I unfortunately will never get back. I would love to use another repel. Alright, let's continue through here. I would like to make it... I don't know if we can make it to the trial in today's episode. I highly doubt it. If we could, it'd be sweet, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think we can. There's a TM in here for sure. I'm 97% sure. There's also a trainer, apparently. Apparently everyone here is a little babies, and they just watch the narrow... Thought I broke my chair. They just watch the narrow little alleyways until you come through. 3 Pokemon, starting with a Scrafty. Scrafty's a little scary, except that I have a quad effective Play Rough. Should have used a super potion before this, but I have quad effective Play Rough, so I am not concerned. And we hit it, which means you're dead. Thankfully, it appears you're not an actual Scrafty, so you go for the Air Slash instead of like a, well, just about anything. Just about anything else would have hurt me really bad there. You didn't do that, I appreciate it. Also, we maybe shouldn't... I don't know what else we would have used there. Serena's coming in next. I got no flying type on the team, I am now noticing as well, by the way. No, you don't go into Malurwin. I think you go into Anderson to let Anderson take care of this thing. Man, I put on the option to make sure all enemy Pokemon were fully evolved by this point, because I wanted to make sure the final little bit of the game was challenging enough for us, because I was concerned, you know, it's Sun and Moon. People always complain these games are so easy. They hold your hand, and I know I literally complained about that at the beginning, so it's kind of funny, but I know people complain about that, so I was nervous that this might be an extremely easy playthrough for us. Kind of regretting turning this option on now. Kind of wish that when we go fight the champion, if we ever even make it to the champion, I kind of wish he would just throw out a Kakuna. Not gonna lie. That's happened to us before. That happened to us in our very first Nuzlocke on the channel. Pokemon Heart Gold, I think was our first. Pokemon Heart Gold. Vileplume. Yo, just endless Pokemon for Victorage and Anderson to just slaughter. Which I'm quite appreciative of. In our Pokemon what game? Heart Gold playthrough, Aqua Ring, or a water type. In our Pokemon Heart Gold playthrough, we didn't just do the first 8 gyms, we did all 16. Kanto got extremely difficult for us, by the way. We took on Red to finish the game, and I'm pretty sure I was super underleveled, and I'm pretty sure the first Pokemon he threw out there was Metapod, so... There's something to be said about increasing trainer difficulty, guaranteeing that they have fully evolved Pokemon, etc. That was a crit. There's something to be said about that, making the game a little bit more interesting, but I also like winning, I must say. I do enjoy winning. We have only lost 1 Nuzlocke, I think, on the entire channel before. We have had 1 or 2 come extremely close to losing, but we still pulled them out nonetheless. I think we had 1 playthrough in particular. It might have been Platinum. That was my favorite Nuzlocke we've ever done on the channel, I think, by the way. It was our first Martyrlocke. Something about it just was a really good time. We basically only ended up winning because of a crit. No, it wasn't just, what was it? It was an attack boost. We only won. We were fighting Cynthia, final trainer. She sends in her ace, her Garchomp, what is typically a Garchomp, turn into a T-Tar, which is still a pretty darn powerful ace. And that thing absolutely just shreked me. I think it killed 2 or 3 Pokemon straight. I brought in Metagross. Hold on, let me get the muds down. I brought in Metagross to take it on because I thought that was my best chance. It used Earthquake, left me on 2 HP. 2 HP. At that point, I used Metal Claw and got the attack boost from Metal Claw. And the attack boost let me then use Bullet Punch next turn to take him out, but we only killed him because of the attack boost on Metal Claw. The chances of all of those things happening, slim to none, but we happened to make it work. And it's the only reason, 100% the only reason we won that playthrough. And that was a good time. I missed that playthrough. I'm glad we dodged that Tail Slap. Tail Slap is an annoying attack, especially from a Chinchino that could very well be skill linked. I don't want to deal with this, so I'm going to go into my Ghost type. And hope that you go for it again. I'm putting some pressure on you too, so you can't use as many of them. You go for the Tickle instead, which I don't know what that does. Apparently it lowers my attack and my defense. I am little to no concerned about that because I believe you only have normal type moves. You do only have normal type moves, which is why you switched. And you switched to the Omastar. I think 2 Dark Pulses will take you out. That is incorrect. That is incorrect if you were wondering. Okay, well 2 can play the switching game. I'll go into Cretaceon. If you Shell Smash this turn, you got me, you know? You're a smart cookie. I don't think I set the opponent AI to be that smart. As you can see right there. Goes for the Protect instead, which means I can go for the quad effective. It's a whole Tickle and squad. This means I can go for the quad effective Razor Leaf, although I may not want to anymore at this point. I want to go for the Petal Blizzard because you did lower my attack. I'm pretty sure Razor Leaf would still kill. It's quad effective. But with the attack drop, we can go for the Petal Blizzard instead. It's a cool move. I thought Petal Blizzard was the one that makes you confused after 3 turns, but apparently that's something else. Leon wants to learn Explosion. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Exploding is not good. You don't want to do that. Let's go into Gravery because I think that's just an instant win for us. I don't think you can do anything. I truly don't believe that you can do anything to Gravery. So we will hit you with probably 2 Dark Pulses, take you out, collect our money, grab this TM, continue through this cave, be happy that we did. Again, the tickles just don't matter. The tickle, this is clearly a last-ditch effort on your part. You got nothing else to do, nothing nice to say. So what do? You get in one last tickle. Or you sing a lovely song. That's more like Hallmark movie. Singing a song as you die. That's actually like straight out of Hunger Games. R.I.P. Rue. Sorry if you haven't seen that movie or read that book from about 30 years ago, but I've spoiled it. Okay, here we go. Secret Cave. Leads to a TM. Something good. What the heck is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. I don't think it's good though. We'll take a look on it, but I don't think it's good. Never heard of it, so... My natural inclination is to think that that is horrible. I'm trying to think of what kind of Pokemon would use a move called Spotlight. Some sort of like star Pokemon? Like a... Mr. Mime or something? I honestly have no idea what would use... I'm trying to think of like an actor Pokemon. Phew, this canyon truly is a difficult path to walk. And you even make the Vast Pony Canyon seem like nothing at all, Jersh. What can I say? You know, I did grind. This bridge reminds me of the first time I met you, Jersh. I'd taken Nebby with me, but I didn't have the courage to protect myself. I couldn't do anything, but I'm not that person anymore. Incoming Murkrow. Knock her off. Oh, they're watching. Oh, I forgot. It was Spearow in the beginning of the game, not Murkrow. Sorry, spoilers. Oh, watch out. What if they actually just completely knocked her off? It's literally the little babiest Murkrow I've ever seen. This is like Gangs of New York stuff, though. So let's just... There you go. Power through. Look at you go. You're so good. Now, unfortunately, I think I have to face them, which isn't my favorite. I would love to just sneak past them if at all possible, but I think they're going to make me fight them. Jersh, I did it. I made it all the way across. Oh, never mind. I'm just going to give them a little pep talk. They're going to go on their way. They're going to go attempt to murder somebody else on a different bridge. Someday I'd like to be more like you, Jersh. I want to fight together with Pokemon and become strong enough to outdo even myself. That's rude. I'll just say yeah. Hee hee. Yeah leaves it open-ended. It's like in my head, that's what I'm thinking. Free heal. I'll take that. Appreciate that. Thank you for the hyper potions. I'm not sure I brought enough max repels for a path like this one. I'm not sure that I brought enough either. We'll find out shortly. I'm not sure I brought enough trainer repels. I want this item. Unfortunately, we can't really afford to use a trainer repel at this point. We kind of need them. We kind of need the we kind of need trainers, I should say, not trainer repels. We need trainers at this point to, like, literally help us live. Did I mess this up? No, I did not. I thought I messed it up, but it turns out I did not mess it up. Instead, I have found a full restore. Thank you so much. I think we can open up a little shortcut to the beginning. Yes, go ahead and use another repel. Not running into Pokemon has been, I gotta say, a wonderful thing, even if it does decrease our chances of finding a shiny to literally 0. Hold on. There's a way. I'm pretty sure there's a way. Maybe I already missed it. I thought there was a way to connect to the first cave that we went in and create a shortcut. If there was, I missed it. That's okay. Not a big deal. Let's continue through here. Is this like the Victory Road of this game? No, it's not. There is an actual Victory Road. This is pretty close, though, in terms of size and the number of trainers. It feels like a Victory Road. Except it's not, because we still have a lot of game left. We still have 2 trials, a Kahuna battle, a Delmise. We have 2 trials, Kahuna battle, Ultra Necrozma battle, and the Elite Four. So we're not even close to being towards the end of this game, so I don't think that scares me. I think you're a physical attacker. Yeah, it's not great, I'll be honest. It's not a great situation for us to be in, but hopefully it won't matter. Hopefully we just win. I felt a little bit better. I think Monty actually left... by the way, thanks Monty for the support throughout the entire series. Leaving comments on like every single video. It means a ton. I think he left a comment like 5 or 10 episodes ago that said Waximus is just going to carry for the rest of the game. And I'll be honest, I thought so too. And I had accepted it and I was happy. I was like, Waximus, that rock is a little messed up. Oh, look at these sword and shield textures. How could they make this a game? Oh, disgusting. Sorry. I won't poke any more fun. Sword and Shield are out, by the way, if you're watching this. Should be. Should be out. If I've got my days correct, then they should be out by now. This is Monday. I've probably been playing all weekend. I might be still streaming live on Twitch. Maybe I haven't stopped for like 400 hours straight. All I know is I'm probably loving them right now. Early reviews came in today. Here's the thing that's funny. I said I wouldn't make fun of people that are like, Sword and Shield suck. Allow me to do it just a little bit. I think kind of scary, but you shouldn't be able to hit me, so actually not too scary. I think part of the issue is that people got their expectations to such a ridiculous level. They're like, this is going to be the first console Pokemon game. If you don't count Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, because those were remakes. And those, I wouldn't even call them remakes. They were like Pokemon Go Plus. Like a little bit more than Pokemon Go. And just in the Kanto region. So people, I think, got their expectations up to these ridiculous levels of, I've been waiting for this my whole life, since I was 1 year old, when first Pokemon Red and Blue came out. I don't know how, I think I was 1 when those games came out. Long time ago, 1996 or something like that. I've been waiting my entire life for a game to be on console. It is going to blow my mind. It's going to be Skyrim with Pokemon in it. I think people got a little excited about that idea, and it sounds great. a completely open world Pokemon, stuff like that, AAA title graphics, etc. And they forgot that it's a Pokemon game. And I think people got a little too in their own heads about it, set the expectations so high that it doesn't matter what game was given to us, nothing could possibly meet those expectations. And unfortunately, Pokemon Sword and Shield is paying the consequence for it. Because, here's the other thing that's crazy, the game isn't even out yet. It doesn't even come out until next week, until the end of this week, Friday. The reviews are just now coming in a couple days beforehand. And all of these people have already decided, just from trailer footage, posts on Pokemon social media, and also some leaks. I will admit there have been some leaks, but it came out today that the guy who leaked, or that's been leaking stuff, was playing on an emulator. He wasn't even playing on a Nintendo Switch. So some of the graphics and some of the things like that probably animations looked worse. You've seen, we're playing on a 3DS emulator here, on a ball-in computer. What Pokemon was coming in, I did not read that very carefully. I think it was a water type. Basculin, maybe? We're playing on a ball-in PC right here. And even this game sometimes stutters. Oh, Kyogre. Okay, that's a little harder than a Basculin. Even this game sometimes has a hiccup every now and again, a little bit of stutter. It's an emulator. It's not going to be perfect. And I have, like, special shaders on to try to make the game look even better. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's a 3DS game, so what can you expect? Aqua Ring. So, I do not understand this idea that without even playing the game, without knowing anything about it, you can decide that it's trash. Imagine, what's a good equivalent? Imagine going to a restaurant and seeing, they just give you the menu. You walk in, you check out the menu, and just from looking at the menu, you go, this place sucks. The food's horrible here. I 100% can guarantee that the food is horrible here. If it's one thing if you open the menu and it's like, yes, for our first course today, we will have broccoli cereal. It's just stalks of broccoli with milk in it. If it's obviously horrible, then yes, you can make a snap decision based off the menu that, yeah, probably it's not going to be that good. But maybe the menu, maybe it's like a local pub, like a local bar, and maybe they try some weird stuff. So, for example, here's a great example. Fantastic music. I went Ether Foundation Curtis. A local restaurant near my house dabbles in doing weird foods. Interesting combinations. And one of said foods, again, it's going to sound weird, this is the whole point. Peanut butter and jelly wings. They are chicken wings, fried chicken wings, tossed in a peanut butter and jelly sauce. I think they actually use like a jam of some sort, but it's supposed to taste like peanut butter and jelly on chicken wings. If you went to a restaurant and only looked at the menu and did not go any further and saw peanut butter and jelly chicken wings on the menu, I would think most people would look at that and say, that does not sound very good. You don't then make the snap decision and say, this place's food sucks, this is horrible, I've seen this little snippet of the menu, this is stupid, I don't want anything else. What you do instead is you say, that sounds weird. You know what? Maybe I won't eat the peanut butter and jelly wings, but they still have a cheeseburger on the menu. And guess what? It's a Pokemon game, so even if your favorite Pokemon's not in the game, they're still gonna have plenty of Pokemon to catch. They're still gonna have plenty of stuff to do, plenty of wonderful areas to explore, teams to build, etc. It's going to be a fun time. But there might be some weird stuff in there. There might be some stuff you don't like on there. That's fine. And here's the craziest part. You may order the peanut butter and jelly chicken wings, as I did. You might order them, and you might just be shocked to find out they're pretty good. Because that's exactly what happened to me. I ordered the peanut butter and jelly chicken wings at this place. They were pretty good. Hate to say it. I may even go so far as to say they were good. Not pretty good. They were downright tasty. And I never would have known it if I treated it the same way a lot of people, in my opinion, are treating Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm not saying that there is another difference. Look, I'm not going to say my argument is infallible. those peanut butter and jelly wings were $10. It's a $60 game. I get that. It's more expensive. It's a $10 thing of wings for someone with an income versus a $60 game for a lot of people, you know, younger kids who maybe don't have an income. So I understand. I can understand there's a difference there. But at the end of the day, this was before even the reviews had come out. Imagine if you went to a restaurant again, you read the menu, you read no reviews of the place, and you said, this place sucks. I can tell by the decor, I can tell by the menu, I can tell by the way that man in that mustache was looking at me. This place's food is horrible. And then you go home and you read the Yelp reviews and you find out it's a 4.9 out of 5, the greatest food, the greatest steak, the greatest peanut butter wings I've ever had in my life. People are making these snap judgments before that information is even coming out. Really thought this would count as a new area, and I'm bummed that it doesn't. People are making these decisions for themselves before this information is even coming out. And the reviews came out today, and it's hilarious. They're glowing. The reviews are so good. So then obviously, you know, everybody's like, well, Nintendo clearly paid for these reviews. Okay. At that point, what I've learned is you're like, it's almost like debating with like a flat earther. You're so entrenched in your point of view that you won't even see reason anymore. There's nothing that can be explained to you. Nothing that's going to budge you from this position, which is fine. I'm not saying you have to go buy the games. I'm just saying you should give them a chance. Anyway, I'll hop off that box of soap now. I've like delved a little farther in each episode. Like the last like 3 episodes, I've hit on it a little bit. But as we get closer to this release and people get more and more ridiculous on Twitter, particularly with like sending horrible messages to some poor, probably social media intern who has to work for the Pokemon company that probably doesn't, it's probably like some recent college grad. She's like 23 years old, has never played a Pokemon game in her life, just is trying to get a job, work on that resume. She goes and interns for the Pokemon company, and they're like, hey, we just need you to post some stuff about these Pokemon. And she's like, okay, that sounds fun. They're pretty cute. This one's kind of cute. So she posts a picture of Sobble being like, game comes out in 7 days. Bleep you, F you, you bleep and bleep. How dare you bleep? I hope you choke on a fork tonight. And this poor lady is probably having to read these things every night. I feel so bad. And yeah, the closer we get, the worse they get, in my opinion. And I'm just getting to a point now where I don't think it's redeemable. I think people need to just take a nice chill pill, drink a Diet Dr. Pepper, and get on with your life. By the way, let's quickly address an elephant in the room, which is that in the next episode, it's looking like we're going to be taking on a trial. Now, typically my rule has been that we make a sacrifice before doing a trial. I want to do that. Believe me, I want to. However, we're very far away from... This is pure laziness. I'm not going to lie. It's pure laziness. I am potentially going to break a rule that I set for myself. Something good, please? Could be good. I actually don't think that's good, if I remember correctly. I think it has like 5 PP and it burns whatever berry you're holding. Victini can learn it, though. It's actually base 60. Now, it stinks because this is usually Flamethrower, but that's pretty cool that Victini can learn this. We may teach that to you. This is pure laziness, but we would have to go all the way back to Pony Island, to the very Seafolk Village, go to the box, sacrifice a Pokemon, pick up another garbage Pokemon in the meantime. So what I may do instead is just tell you who I'm going to sacrifice, and then say that we can't use that Pokemon during the battle. That'll be the equivalent of sacrificing it. We're banning it to the Shadow Realm for all intents and purposes. We're giving it the cold shoulder, as they say. And then obviously, as soon as we finish the trial, I will go sacrifice that Pokemon. So the trade-off there is that we're going to be going in not fully healed. So, you know, maybe that makes it fair. I don't know. I'm sorry for being lazy. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy. Please consider showing some support down below. If liking, commenting, subscribing helps out a great deal. In the next episode, we are going to be taking on the trial. Little nervous. Little scared. It is the last totem Pokemon we are going to have to fight in this playthrough, so let's just hope it's gentle with my body. Is all I can ask for. Thanks for watching. Share with your grandma. See you next time.